What prompts a nation to halt military support to one of its closest allies overnight? In a surprising move, the United States has paused a critical bomb shipment to Israel, highlighting deep concerns about military actions in Gaza, specifically the Rafah raid. This pause in military aid, traditionally unwavering, signals a major shift in U.S.-Israel relations, underpinned by the Biden administration's worries about civilian casualties in densely populated combat zones. This action not only affects Israel's immediate military operations but also conveys a potent diplomatic message, indicating serious U.S. reservations about Israel's current military tactics. This unprecedented decision has stirred significant international reactions, but what led to this dramatic turn of events? At the heart of this controversy lies the small but significant town of Rafah. Rafah, positioned at the southern tip of the Gaza Strip, straddles the border between Egypt and the Palestinian territories. This location underlines its strategic importance, acting as a critical conduit for goods and people between Egypt and Gaza. However, it's also a focal point of tension, frequently witnessing skirmishes and military raids. Israel's military objectives in Rafah are driven by the desire to curb the influence and capabilities of Hamas, a group it considers a terrorist organization. The town has often been described as a bastion for militants, making it a recurring target in the broader conflict between Israel and Palestinian groups. The recent escalation in tensions has brought Rafah into the spotlight once again. Israeli forces have taken control of the Rafah border crossing, an action that has significant implications for the flow of goods and movement of people. This military maneuver is part of a broader strategy to weaken Hamas, but it raises profound humanitarian concerns. Rafah is densely populated, and military operations in such areas dramatically increase the risk of civilian casualties. It is these humanitarian concerns that have shaped the U.S. response. President Biden has explicitly stated that while the U.S. remains a steadfast ally of Israel, it will not support actions that jeopardize civilian lives. This stance has led to a pause in the shipment of offensive weapons to Israel, specifically heavy bombs intended for the operation in Rafah. However, the U.S. continues to supply defensive arms, including Iron Dome interceptors, which are crucial for defending Israeli territories against incoming rocket attacks. This nuanced approach highlights a delicate balancing act, supporting a key ally while also upholding international humanitarian standards. President Biden's decision reflects a broader debate within the international community about the ethics of military aid and the responsibilities of powerful nations in conflict zones. With lives at stake, the U.S. decision underscores a delicate balance between strategic alliances and humanitarian concerns. The reaction to the U.S. decision was swift and divided. Internationally, the response was a mixed bag. While some global leaders lauded President Biden for his emphasis on minimizing civilian casualties, others viewed the pause in arms shipments as a destabilizing move, potentially weakening Israel's defensive posture amid increasing tensions. Back in Israel, the government expressed deep disappointment. Prime Minister Netanyahu's office issued a statement condemning the U.S. decision as a betrayal, stressing that it could embolden hostile actions from Hamas and other groups. Domestically, the fallout was just as polarized. On Capitol Hill, reactions split largely along party lines. Democratic lawmakers generally supported the decision, framing it as a necessary step towards responsible diplomacy and a reflection of America's commitment to human rights. Conversely, Republican leaders slammed the move as short-sighted and harmful to the long-standing alliance between the U.S. and Israel. They argued that it sends a worrying signal to other allies about the reliability of the United States as a partner. Amidst these tensions, President Biden faced mounting pressure from within his own administration. Some advisors advocated for a strong stance on human rights, while others worried about the strategic implications of appearing to waver in support for a key ally. As debates rage, the question remains, will this decision reshape U.S.-Israel relations permanently? Every action on the global stage shapes perceptions and trust. The recent decision by the United States to halt a shipment of bombs to Israel intended for an operation in Rafah sends ripples across the globe, challenging the bedrock of perceived American steadfastness in its alliances. This action is not merely a bilateral issue between the U.S. and Israel, but a litmus test observed by other nations. Allies, near and far, are compelled to reconsider their own security agreements with the U.S. countries like Japan, South Korea, and NATO members, which rely heavily on American military support, might now question the reliability of U.S. commitments. They wonder, could they too face a sudden shift in US policy based on political or humanitarian concerns? Moreover, this decision could catalyze shifts in global military strategies. Nations may seek to diversify their alliances and not depend solely on one powerful ally. This could lead to a more multipolar world where power is not concentrated but spread across various global actors, potentially leading to new military and strategic alignments. Furthermore, adversaries of the US might interpret this as a sign of indecision or internal discord, possibly emboldening them to take more aggressive stances, assuming that US interventions may be hampered by political and public scrutiny back home. As the dust settles, the world watches closely. The implications of this decision could redefine international relations in profound ways. In a world fraught with complexities, every decision carries weight. Today we've delved into the US government's decision to halt a bomb shipment to Israel, a move underscored by deep humanitarian concerns regarding the situation in Rafah. This decision has stirred a spectrum of reactions, both globally and domestically, spotlighting the delicate balance of international diplomacy and national interest. As we reflect on these events, it becomes clear that such decisions can redefine long-standing alliances and influence global perceptions. As alliances evolve and global narratives shift, the true impact of this decision will unfold in the chapters to come. Thank you for watching. If you found today's analysis enlightening, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more insightful content. Staying informed is crucial in understanding the ever-evolving global landscape. Your engagement helps us to continue providing in-depth discussions on important international affairs. Leave your thoughts in the comments below and let us know how you perceive these developments. Until next time, stay informed and keep questioning.